So, just wanted to talk about the speed of life. I think that a lot of people struggle with, like, a lot of people are really busy all the time, and I think it's a bad way to live. What I've noticed, I mean, I was like that too. You try to pack as much into your day as you possibly can and be as efficient and productive as possible. It's Life is weird in that if you do that, you'll have a full life because you've packed a lot into it. But if you slow the pace of life down, you still have a full life. I mean, in my room now, like I've got a piano, so I don't play the piano. Like I don't know how to play the piano well, but I've got like two songs that I play, and then I've got a bunch of Bibles in my room, and I've got a laptop, and that's it. And I don't do that much. And then on Saturday I have the day off, and I don't eat on Saturday, and I go for a walk, 45 minutes I guess every day, and I don't do that much. I hang out with God basically, and I'm not bored. I more often than not I'm wanting to stay up later. Like I'm forcing myself to go to bed because I'm enjoying the day, even though I'm not doing that much. I mean, it's after 3 o'clock at the moment. I've been recording these things, but my days are full, even though I've cut out. I'm not doing a lot of the things I was doing, and I don't go out very often, and I don't do that much. But you'd be surprised if you cut down on the amount of things in your life that your life is still full. I think what happens is when you live life at a high pace, you you can only take in a certain amount of information basically. So when you cut down the pace of life, you still take in that same amount of information. It's just that you're taking in more details, I guess. Instead of if you think of you ride your bike, or you get in the car, or you walk, different modes of travel. Well, you're not seeing more things by going faster. You just you're seeing the same. You got the same amount of information going into your eye. It's just that you're seeing a small amount of sort of a smaller strip of a larger amount if you're driving the car, whereas if you're walking, you're seeing more of the details. Sort of like that. Life is sort of like that, I think. I think most people live life too quickly, and I had this idea a long time ago that you need a balance in life between sort of the data you put in your head and the processing time. Maybe I didn't think about it in those terms, but you need time for reflection, because if you're just doing things all the time and you're taking on new information and having new experiences all the time, but you're not having time to process those experiences, well, you're not getting the most out of those experiences. You're not properly contextualizing what you're doing and how you're living. You just you can tick things off a list. It's like if you go on a holiday and you pack every day completely full of activities. Well, if you have a list of the things that you did on that holiday, it'll be a long list. But how much do you get from each of those experiences? Versus if you go on a holiday and you only do a couple of things, but you take your time and you relax, and you really absorb the situation you're in. Yeah, so the pace of life, it's part of, the way, one of the ways we've been screwed. Satan has screwed up the world. Is the pace of life is increased to the point where people don't think anymore. Everybody's packed in so much to their day, they're too busy acting on their they're doing things. They're not thinking about things. My recommendation would be slow down. Like I've never really understood how people can pack their lives so full. It seems strange. People aren't enjoying life. People are working. People they get their job, and then they get their mortgage, and then they're pretty much, I don't know. I don't even know how they experience life. It's strange. It's a strange thing to live and not really live. Hmm.